That was like, I already knew. Yeah, halfway into saying that, I was like, well, I can't give up now. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about my awkward, cringy college interview story and how I still got in. So, I was inspired to do this video because on my Why I Started College at 16 video, a girl named Jamila Omaru, I might be butchering that, but you know, we love confidently butchering a name, commented about how I approached the why brown question. I told her about my interview and like being genuine and stuff. So I'm just going to explain, you know, why I was cringy, what I said, and how I still got in and maybe even helped me get in. So let me describe the scene of this interview. First of all, it was a phone interview, which I find so much more comfortable than in-person interviews. I can wear whatever I want and I can be in my own dorm room and I don't have to worry about arriving 10 minutes early. Yeah, and I don't have to see anybody else because the way we did Exeter was like, let's say the school was UPenn. You would have like 6 people in a room and each interview would take a person.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like competing against these people or whatever.
So I didn't have to do that. It was with an alum, which is more comfortable for me because I know alums just like genuinely want to know people who might go to their alma mater. So I was like, oh yes, and it's way less high stakes than like an admissions officer, because for me, I feel like if I say one thing wrong,
it's over.
The person I was interviewing with was, or who was interviewing me, is also a young woman. I find it so much easier to talk to people who are close to my age. For one of my interviews, I had an interview with an 89-year-old man. So, you know, that's a little hard. And also women, I just find it's a little bit less intimidating. So overall, I was very comfortable. And when I'm very comfortable, I have less of a filter. So, with such a comfortable setting, I decided to go on Instagram and look at food photos during my phone interview. Which, first of all, I do not recommend. Second of all, like, why? Like, I would love to say it happens to the best of us, but I feel like it's really only me. When I was researching brown, like, I liked it. So the interview definitely mattered. So I guess I was just feeling really comfortable. Maybe it was a really long day. I don't quite remember. I just remember watching this one specific video of someone cutting into this big yellow cake and pulling the cake out and a bunch of chocolate ran out. That's what I was looking at while I was interviewing brown. So that adds to it a little. So the interview started out like mediocre. Like, she was super nice and super engaging. I was just on Instagram, you know, looking at pancakes and French toast, so, you know, that didn't help. So she was like, why do you like brown? And I said, like, the open curriculum, which they hear about all the time, so great way to be original. And she was just like making general conversation, like, oh, what extracurriculars do you do? I was like, oh, I play the cello, I do this. So it was just like general, you know, college interview until she goes, all right, so I like want to learn a little bit more about you. Like, let's do some fun questions. So she asks, what superpower would you want if you could have one? So I think about this stuff like all the time. So I literally had a conversation the day before with my friend about what superpowers we would have. And so like basically my whole life it's been flying. Sorry, this is such an aside. Flying and stuff. But then she tells me about teleportation. You could teleport yourself like multiple times in the air, so it's like you're flying. You wouldn't need invisibility because you can just teleport yourself out of like the place. It's basically super speed. Like, it's so many great things. So I tell her, oh, teleportation. And I was saying like, ooh, it could be like flying, super speed, invisibility. And then I say, it just came out. I'd already gone halfway through when I realized I really shouldn't be saying this to be like considered a normal person, but you know, anyway, so I go, well, this just sounds like so gruesome, and like, but it's like such an ingenious way. Like, you superheroes like need to kill people, right? So teleportation, my friend was telling me that if you just need to kill a bunch of people, you could just like teleport inside of them and then they would like explode and then you can kill like so many people like so fast. Like, I know that sounds horrible, but isn't that so ingenious? That was like, I already knew. Yeah, halfway into saying that, I was like, well, I can't give up now. And once I said, like, I know this sounds terrible, I should have just stopped there. But I didn't. I finished. I went all the way through. I'm just going to impersonate her response from, like, what I heard on the phone.
Oh my gosh, this girl is crazy.
Yeah.
She's out of her mind, and I need to end this interview right now.
Just imagine you're in a college interview with a school that you really like, and you just talk about ways to cause a massacre using teleportation. You know, it's not the best look. I still cringe thinking about it, but honestly, I'm glad I said it. I said what I said. Teleportation is a great tool, and, you know, I think it did help me stand out. I feel like I'm a generally qualified candidate, but I'm also that one girl who talked about, you know, I'm ingenious, an ingenious user of teleportation. Like, I had a lot more personality in that interview, I guess because I was so comfortable, and that showed through. So that's why when I responded to Jamila, I said to be genuine. I was completely genuine about teleportation. I think about this stuff in different ways. I know, it's so weird. It's just me. But I was genuine. I had actual personality, which did not happen in literally any other of my college interviews. And yeah. So I don't advise talking about massacring thousands of people during an interview, but be passionate about something and stand out. So that was my cringy story, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're not cringing too hard. All right, bye.